Hello, it is Wednesday, January 11th at 5:53 p.m. Eastern Time, USA in the year 2023. This is my video journal. I'm Mitch Miller. Just cracked open a Heineken Zero. Today's video journal brought to you by Heineken Zero for our European friends out there. If you're having a dry January, try Heineken Zero. It's the closest thing that tastes like beer that I've found in the NA category. I'm going to try to summarize some key points as quickly as possible for the international community. I've been making this video journal for nearly a year now. Some of it might be top secret because I addressed the United States military in certain regards, and they may have blocked you from seeing this video series. Hopefully this is getting out to more people now, since the military did not act and is not supporting me in any way. I'd like to dedicate this video journal and at least this video journal, maybe more in the future, to Madison Rose Johnson. She was a 15-year-old girl that grew up around Utica, Pennsylvania, where I grew up. 4-H person. Her 19-year-old boyfriend crashed his truck on icy roads, killing her a few days before her 16th birthday. And that was December 30th was her 16th birthday, I think, or 31st. So I dedicate this to her. She probably would have been a great recruit for the military, and she probably would have served if asked to, or maybe pursued that career path. Anyhow, dedicated to her. It's a sad story. That's what happens when you grow up around where I grew up, icy roads and a lot of car crashes, inexperienced drivers and things like that. So summarize. So basically, I would like to invite any embassy in the United States, any embassy in Washington, D.C., or any remote locations within the United States, any embassies. I would like to invite you to develop a program with me whereby we take your workers' vehicles, your embassy workers' vehicles, their private vehicles, your fleet vehicles. We begin to create a database of hackable vehicles, how they can be hacked, if they're semi-autonomous and autonomous features can be hacked, if it's just the audio and video that can be hacked, and compile a database. So what I'm asking for you is to help me out with an expert that can assess these vehicles. I have multiple locations where we can assess these vehicles, and it's close to DC. You can drive up from DC. In addition, I would like to equip your vehicles with a kill switch. This is a manual override switch which will shut off the speaker system in the vehicle so that they cannot be reversed and listen to conversations in there, and also manually be able to flick a switch and shut off the Bluetooth antenna in the head unit of the vehicle so that it cannot link up with phones within the vehicle and access their microphones. I should be able to figure out how to do that. YouTube videos and things. I'm pretty good with electrical wiring and stuff like that. If you do have an expert that can help in that regard and look into the computer systems of these vehicles, we'll compile a database, we'll run them through a system of tests, and we'll rank them as to how hackable they are, whether a high schooler could hack one or whether it takes a government agent with years and years and years of experience to hack into the vehicle. We'll rank those and we'll compile a list for your government in your home country to access and share with others, and that way we know these vehicles on the roads, how hackable they are, in case there's a national security issue in your home country, or just embassy workers in general. So location 1 is my parents' house. They are leaving this Sunday. They will be gone to the end of March. So we have approximately 2.5 months. We could do 6 or 7 vehicles. I'm going to be traveling some. Me and an agent can stay at the house. A little bit of donated money to reinitiate their garbage and things like that, but their internet, phone will all be shut down. We'll leave that off. No houses real close around that can hack into our devices and stuff. Metal garage building, 2-stall garage, where we can put the vehicle in at night. Nobody can see it. Nobody will see it come into Utica. We'll get it in there. We'll do the tests. What I would do with the embassy worker is possibly drive them to Confluence, Pennsylvania in my vehicle. We can check out Confluence, Pennsylvania, because I've also proposed, and I don't know if you've got this update from the other videos, but you can see it in my peace treaty available on my website, mitchformayor.com, mitch4mayor.com. I suggest resolving conflicts with non-lethal pistol duels, and I've suggested that we focus on mile marker 70 on the bicycle trail that runs between Pittsburgh and Washington, D.C. Mile marker 70 between Ohiopyle, the town of Ohiopyle, and the town of Confluence, Pennsylvania, as a place to set up a covert dueling match site and have these duels at midnight at night and resolve conflicts among leadership around the globe. So that's another thing your embassy worker can do. Travel with me. We'll check it out. If there's no snow down, we'll walk up into the woods and check out, look around, and we can develop that program as well with your cooperation. The other option for a location, well, there's an option in Florida that we have. If this is developed, if we develop this program on a larger scale and want to do more vehicles, multiple vehicles at a time, I have a site that we might be able to use in Florida to lease, to own, to develop this program, and vehicles can be shipped via the auto train down to the location in Florida. But the other suggestion I have is that we buy a plot of land either under my name or through probably a U.S. citizen's name in Confluence, Pennsylvania, and we put a couple of shipping containers or RV trailers on there, drill a well site, maybe install a holding tank for the bathrooms, or set up a pumper to come take care of the bathrooms. And we set up either a military style canvas tent that can hold a vehicle, or we build a steel building there very quickly, hook into the electrical grid there. I won't go into the details about the electrical grid of Confluence, Pennsylvania, but it's quite interesting. It's sustainable, and we developed a program out of there. Then we can have some e-bikes. We can drive to mile marker 70. We can coordinate with the embassies in D.C. It'll be a little closer to D.C. than Utica, Pennsylvania, and we can do that through this summer. We can do it now. I'm willing to spend my time there, most of my time there, working with the embassies to develop this program. And again, we'll create a database of hackable vehicles and equip embassy vehicles with kill switches so that private conversations can be had in those vehicles. So yeah, this is open to any embassy that's allowed to operate in Washington, D.C., or the United States in general. Contact me through my websites, through my landline, which I gave away on my podcast. You can write to me. My address is available through GoDaddy and things like that. I know I had to register websites and stuff, and I won't give any detailed information on this in case it's blocked. But contact me and we'll get this program off the ground. Again, I've given the United States government years to help me out, to fund me, to back me. I currently, the only support I get from the United States government is $12,000 a year. It's now up to $13,000 a year through Social Security disability for my schizophrenic and schizoaffective disorder diagnosis, which is money I earned that I paid in my 20 years of working that I'm now getting back. So it's not really a funding program through the government in any way. It's all money I paid in, pretty much. So I've given them years. I've given the military 4 or 5 months now to act. It doesn't look like they're going to act. I don't know if they want me to remain neutral, and that's why they haven't acted in any regard. There's benefits to me remaining neutral, but I can also justify getting backing and funding. And there's ways to fund me that it cannot be tied back to the United States government, and they haven't sought after those avenues either. So it's open. I'm sending a courtesy letter to the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States military, and the letter and a copy of the peace treaty will be in there. The letter says that this is a courtesy should another, I've sent this to you first in writing, should another military want to help me out in any way. So once that letter's sent on Friday, give it a couple days. I might end up getting it back. They might reject it. I'm not going to send it certified because that's a little bit kind of pompous, I think, to assume that they're going to sign for a letter from a private citizen. I'm just going to send it. I've sent things to Joint Chiefs before and they didn't come back, so hopefully it works. And either way, I tried. So now it's open to the international community. I think this is a good program, and I think it'll get us on the way to having a form of modern warfare that values marksmanship and hand-to-hand combat skills that are taught to every military personnel around the globe, and end all deadly war on this planet. Transition to a new way and a better way, and that uses the same skills that traditionally were used. So I hope you'll support me, fund me. I can do this very cheaply. Like I said, chip in a couple $100 a month for my parents' bills, and we'll do it up in Utica. I'm happy to come to D.C. to any of the embassies to discuss this further. I hope this gets out to you. I hope you will fund me. Like I said, the cost of a couple trailers in a metal building and a well in the plot of land in Confluence, Pennsylvania. That's where our target is for duels, covert duels in the United States. We can fly in leaders to have these matches. If you'd like me to come to, say, Sweden or Finland and find an appropriate location for this, we could do that to resolve issues in Eastern Europe and things like that amongst military leaders rather than deadly war in Ukraine and Russia. That's all I have for now. Join me next time. If you listen to my podcast, I pointed out a very real national security issue. Could be possible in your nation as well. So let's act on this, and I humbly request your assistance in this program. Join me next time when I talk about a letter I've drafted to Senator Fetterman. It's entitled the Transparency in Importation Act. It's an idea for an act I'm hoping Mr. Fetterman will draft to bring transparency to end slave labor and indentured servitude around the globe. It'll bring stability to other countries, which allows for stable families, stable people, stable economies, and stable governments that are focused on empowering workers rather than manipulating them and enslaving them and modeling themselves after the United States corporate business structure. We can change that. Excuse me. So tune in next time. I'll talk more about the Transparency and Importation Act. Thanks for watching. Join me next time on Friday to hear more about that. Thanks.